All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again with another live stream. Hope you guys are all doing well. Interesting topic that I want to talk about today and see what you guys are having to say about all of this. Graham Potter is being backed by the majority of the fan base, and yeah, I just it's a little bit strange because off the back of that match against Fulham, it looked like a lot of people were quite annoyed. But literally 24 hours after the match, it seems like everyone is on board. Everyone is on board with Graham Potter. I mean, what has changed? What has changed? This is what I want to know from you guys. I did a poll earlier yesterday, putting out if we were to lose against Crystal Palace, are you still sticking around with Graham Potter? And over 70% after 1,000 votes, and it's still running, they will stick around with Graham Potter. I mean, is it because of the article that Matt Law has put out? Is it because of all the publicity that Matt Law has done over the last 24 hours, talking about player power, talking about, XYZ players need to be out, talking about, owners not even considering a sack for Graham Potter. Matt Law, not for a second, talked about any flaws of Graham Potter, not even an inch of conversations in his article did he mention anything about Graham Potter's lackings. He doesn't mention anything about any of the English players that have been stinking up the joint as well at Chelsea Football Club. Not just the English players, other players as well. Kovacic, Aspilicueta, and many others. Many others that have been stinking it up. But he focuses on Havertz. He focuses on Pulisic. He focuses on Ziyech. I can understand Havertz because he's been playing a lot of game, no problems. But I don't understand why he had to bring up the names of Pulisic and Ziyech, who don't really even feature. But then again, that's fine. I've got no issues in these players going out. But is this the reason? Is this the reason, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, I want to know from you guys. Nearly 100 of you guys are live right now after 3 minutes. First of all, smash the like button. Let's get those likes up to 100. I'm in a different surrounding. I'm just away with the family, enjoying some time away. But obviously, I've got some time for you guys, and having these conversations. It's like therapy for me as well. So it's good. It's good to do this. But yeah, let me know. Let me know. Where do you stand? Where do you stand, ladies and gentlemen? Are you once again like have you forgotten? Have you forgotten the loss against Fulham? Have you forgotten the draw against Nottingham Forest? Have you forgotten all those losses against Man City? Have you forgotten the fact that if we don't get a win against Crystal Palace, that's going to be one win in the last 10 Premier League games? So let me know, where are you guys standing on this? All of a sudden, Graham Potter has the majority of the fan base really protecting him and really backing him. And I just want to say, why? I mean, I just want to understand it. Like, if this guy doesn't get the victory against Crystal Palace, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to be very, very critical. And on top of that, I may even have to be forced to say Graham Potter out. Because how can I continue to support 1 out of 10 Premier League wins? This is Chelsea Football Club, man. For me, that's just insane. It's not acceptable. We've sacked better managers for less. And I get it. We can't just be chopping and changing. But why didn't we back better managers? I'm not saying Graham Potter's a bad manager, but I don't think he's in that high quality, the top echelons of management. Why couldn't we stick around and back other managers that probably deserve backing? I'm just putting out there. Someone saying, Skull saying, you're talking like a teen. Look, explain to me, Skull. Explain to me. What do you mean by that? Instead of going for insults, let's explain to me, what do you mean by that? What do you mean I'm talking like a teen? Are you not seeing that we're about to? Are you happy, Skull, with one? If we don't get 3 points against Crystal Palace, that's one win out of 10. Are you saying you're okay with all this? You're actually okay. Let's have a look at what Frederick is saying. I'm not sure that Potter is the right man for us long term. This is what I mean. These are the conversations that I want to have, not any insults and all this other BS that people sometimes put up in the live chat. Proper conversations, right? But I also feel we cannot judge him until he has a fit squad and has gotten his players in. I'd give him time to the end of the season. Okay, well, let's explore that for a second. Out of all the players that are injured, I've previously said there's probably Reece James that counts the most. N'Golo Kante, he barely even features for us. He barely features. The last time he was fit, I don't even remember. Once he comes back, what's the guarantee he's going to stay fit? Look at his injury list. Reece James as well. But at least I can say Reece James, he's had some unbelievable impact in recent times. Not saying that Kante hasn't, but Kante's last major bit of impact was the season when we won the Champions League. Since then, he's just been injured. Who else? Ben Chilwell? Ben Chilwell, you're going to tell me. Ben Chilwell was injured the entirety of last season, almost the entirety. And this season as well. As soon as he's come back, he's injured. I'm happy. I was patient. I needed that victory against Fulham. I was patient, and I wanted to see Graham Potter bring in some of his people. But now apparently the word is, we're not going to get rid of any of the players because of all the injuries and some of the players that we're linked with. I think Noni Modieke, he's coming in. I mean, is he really going to make a massive, massive difference? And you want to wait till the end of the season. I mean, what if by then it's a detrimental scenario? It's a detrimental scenario. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Balak CFC, we have needed this reset for ages. We've been peppering cracks for ages. Potter out people proven they only support Chelsea for the wins and results. Time to accept reality and stop this entitlement. Okay, that's quite mad. Potter out people proven only to support Chelsea for the wins. I mean, surely Balak CFC. This statement is so mad. Just supporting Chelsea just for the wins. You're one of the ones in the live chat when we're losing. You're one of the ones who's losing his mind as well. Like, you're saying this is fine. This is fine to continue like this. Are you saying if we don't win against Crystal Palace, it's fine? After that, it's Liverpool. If we don't win there, it's fine because our players are injured and we haven't got the players in. Like, it's fine. It's fine to continue on like this. Am I the only, like? Is this like ridiculous, or I don't understand how people are acceptable to this. This is quite strange to me. If we don't win against Palace, that's 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. But it's true, Miz. People are literally only happy if the club wins. I've accepted the reality, Miz. I know we are a big club, but this type of season was bound to happen. So, okay, tell me this. Oh, good to see Starlet, the guy who consistently insults me on a regular basis. Miz, what are you trying to say now? Are you Potter out? I may have to be if we don't get the 3 points against Palace. And one thing about you, Starlet, let me just tell you something. I know I've got different opinions. You've got different opinions, but please, man, I'm asking you for the last time. I always treat you with respect in the live chat. When you do comment on my videos, I just want some respect. That's it. You can disagree with me, but don't insult me because I'm giving you the last warning, man. I'm literally giving you the last warning because the stuff that you say, it affects people's mental health. You don't understand. You can disagree, but you just need to not insult, man. You just don't need to insult. Disagree. Can I get a yes from you, Starlet? Please put it in the live comment because this is the last chance, man. This is the last chance. Okay. Here we go. Yes, come at me because you got 20K subscribers doesn't mean your opinion is great. How am I saying my opinion is greater? I'm literally having a conversation. I'm literally having a conversation. Literally having a conversation. And you're out here just bashing me because you disagree with me. It's mad. It's crazy. Um, where's CFC Balak? I like CFC Balak. At least he doesn't insult, man. Aiden is saying, I feel bad for Potter, but he looks completely out of his depth. If there's a loss at Crystal Palace, I think it'll get serious. Who would you take in? Spalletti doing amazing things at Napoli. This is the thing. Can we honestly put our hand in our hearts and actually say Graham Potter is the right man to take us forward? I just want to see. Let me know in the live chat, guys. Nearly 160 of you guys are live right now. In the live chat, let me know. Is Graham Potter the man that you feel once all the injured players are back? Let's just say this is what you guys are saying, right? Once all the injured players are back, once he gets his players, he's your man for Chelsea Football Club. He's your man. You're convinced from what you've seen in the last 10 matches in the Premier League, you're convinced that he's got it spot on. And give me the reasons why. Give me the reasons why you think it should be him. I don't know anyone else, but all I'm trying to make you guys think is we've had other big managers that you guys didn't give time to. Yet now you're willing to give time to Graham Potter. Why? Why? Let's see what you guys are saying. The Starlet's slave for the media and easily manipulated is what is happening with Chelsea is okay, Miz wants to back Potter, but Potter is not giving him anything. This is the thing for him. Like, this is what people don't seem to understand. Before the Fulham game, I was all like saying, nah, you know what? I want to give him the chance, man. I really do. That Fulham game really broke me, man. That Fulham loss was heavy. Needed a victory, man. Needed to turn things around. And now we're going into Palace, and I'm scared. I'm scared. I just want to see something, some hope. I have to get a victory against Palace so that I can actually say, do you know what? I see something in Graham Potter. I see something. I want to back him. Is it too hard to understand that point of view? Why should I just close my eyes and just say, yeah, let's keep backing Graham Potter. A loss against, let's say we don't get the 3 points, so a loss or a draw against Palace, a loss or a draw against Liverpool. Let's just keep why should I be blind? It's mad. That kind of thinking is mad. Ryan saying, well, if we can't beat Palace, then who are we beating? We beat them earlier this season, so what's the excuse for this one? Exactly, Ryan. Exactly. And people are saying, who next? I don't know who next. I don't know. All I'm saying that how can we continue like this? How can we continue like this? Because, okay, let's just say, argument's sake, come the Palace game, when we do the watch along, and we don't get the 3 points because I'm actually literally scared. How should I react? How should I react if we don't get the 3 points against Palace? Aton, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, brother Miz. Graham will come good. You're forgetting about his UCL performances when he had some fit players. At the end of the day, we have to swim through the mud now to get to the open ocean. Okay, Aton, here's a reality check though. Some of these injured players may not be back for a little while. Last time, do you remember? As soon as we got Reece James back, he got injured. He didn't even last 45 minutes. And what is to say some of these injured players are going to come back and they're not going to get injured again? They've created an injury-prone history against them now. Literally, there's only a handful of players that I rate out of the injured players. Reece James, Kante, Sterling, Chilwell. But Chilwell hasn't been the same Chilwell since he got injured last season. Let's be honest. Chilwell this season when he was playing, it wasn't the same Chilwell. Sterling as well started to be in poor form. Kante, as I said, I haven't seen Kante in a long time. Reece James is the only player that has had impact in recent times. Sterling in the beginning of the season, for sure. So the players that you're saying that you're waiting for, it's not like they've lit up the joint. Besides Reece James, and Reece James, I think this time they're going to take time. They're going to take time. They're not going to rush him back. And have a look at Reece James's history as well. All I'm saying, Potter's got to learn to work with players being injured. He's got to learn. Do you know what I mean? Like, some of these players are injury prone. I'm really unsure on part of these results are shocking, but the fact of the injuries and he hasn't got his signings yet are keeping me Potter in, but only just. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I can understand. I can understand. Aton again, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Also, Graham, dealing now a horrible medical department. Thank God they've opened an investigation. That also can't be his fault. Need patience for 100%. That's not his fault. The medical department is not his fault. That's the owner's fault. The owner's coming in and just removing everyone left, right, and center. That's the owner's fault. The owners are in fault as well, but you're not going to get rid of the owners, right? So you definitely need to get rid of some of the players, no doubt about that. But it looks like none of them are going to go now because of all the injuries. Balak CFC, basically, I feel fans are too stuck in negativity of now. That's true. That's true, probably. But Balak CFC, do you blame the fan base? 1 win out of 10. What? Just think about that for a second. 1 win out of 10. Do you blame the fan base to be negative? We didn't ask for much, to be honest. We understand that this is a project. We get that. But at least get 4 out of 10 or 5 out of 10. At least get 50% wins, man. To get 1 out of 10, that's where the hurt is. Because I don't recall under Sari or even under Thomas Tuchel 1 out of 10. I don't know. I could be wrong. Yes, now we are rubbish and awful, and there seems to be no hope. But if this is the chance to reshape the team, then this reset is needed. So Balak CFC, I just want to ask you. So there is no limit for you. Let it just keep sliding. There is no limit for you. Is that what you're saying? From what I'm hearing from you, that it's okay. Even if we lose against Palace, it's okay. Even if we don't get a win against Liverpool, it's okay. Even if we don't win against Spurs, these are the next 3 fixtures, I believe, it's okay. As long as we don't get relegated, it seems like, I think this is what you're saying, right? As long as we just above the relegation zone, it's okay. Finish this season off, get rid of these players, just keep Graham Potter, because you tend to believe in Graham Potter. Is that what you're saying? Like, I don't know. Is that what the feeling is? I'm concerned with the amount of injuries we have yet. We want to buy Mudieke from PSV, who injury record is absolutely shocking. Exactly. Have a look at Mudieke's Noni Mudieke, I think that's his name. Have a look at his injury record. It's quite mad. Also, please note, I'm not saying Potter is the one to win us UCL. Forget about winning Champions League or but this is a chance for him to reshape and remodel the 11 and then maybe hand over to a better coach in the future. Okay, fair enough. Absolutely, we absolutely need a win against Palace. Just get 3 points anyhow. We are seriously in dangerous position. Even if RJ Chilwell Kante returns, we cannot play them every 90 minutes. It's too risky. I'm worried. See, Atav, you seem to get what I'm trying to say. Like, you understand. It's so important to get the victory against Palace. Like, I'm clinging on to that. I need to see a win. If I see a win, I'm going to keep backing on. I'm going to keep backing him, thinking, okay, maybe he can do something. If I don't see a win, next up is Liverpool. And as you said, some of these players, we can't be risking them to play every single 90 minutes. Potter's got to find ways to win without them. With injuries and form, what team are you putting out get these wins? I'm seriously curious. Well, first of all, Chukwuemeka should be playing. You can be using Omari Hutchinson a little bit more. Maybe try and see if you can utilize Aubameyang a little bit more because he is actually a striker. I mean, is the current? Have a look at the lineup against Fulham, please. 11s11. Have a look at the lineup against Fulham. You're telling me that lineup is not good enough to beat Fulham? You got Silva, Chalobah, Koulibaly in the back three. Silva, Chalobah, Koulibaly. Aspilicueta, experience. Cucurella or Lewis Hall. I don't know why you're using Lewis Hall. Why not Cucurella? We bought him for 62 million. In the middle, Zakaria and Kovacic. Mason Mount. You're telling me this team's not good enough to get 3 points? Is that where we are? How are we going to change the entire squad, man? How are we actually meant to change the entire playing unit? Is that what we're saying? Get rid of the entire squad. Get a whole bunch of new players. Life don't work that way, man. Life doesn't work that way. People say trust the process. The definition of process is sign of improvement. Exactly. Literally every player in this team has regressed. How far should we go down to say enough is enough? This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. How far is enough is enough? At what point do we say? At what point? Like, I think a lot of us have been patient. A lot of us have been patient. At what point are we saying, well, I'm not seeing any improvements? Adson, thank you so much for the super chat. We could have beaten Fulham without the red card, bro. Maybe, but honestly, before the red card, let's be honest, Adson. I don't know your perception on that match or your perspective on that match. And I'm pretty sure, like when we were doing the watch along, there was quite a few people in the watch along, over 400, 500 people. Fulham deserved to win, man. Even before the red card, Fulham in first half, there was a mistake from Chalobah, which they took a shot, hit the post, should have been a goal. Willian scored. There was another chance they had from the set piece. They could have been 3 up. The only clear-cut chance that we created was João Felix beating his man and threading it to Havertz. Besides that, I don't remember anything else. Okay, Miz, I'm enjoying this convo. Let's be realistic. Okay, Miz, I'm enjoying this convo. Let's be realistic. Who do we get in if Potter gets sacked? Because I understand the context behind all the horrendous decline which manager can deal with all these issues. Okay, look, I don't know. I don't know who is the manager that we can bring in. I'm not sure. But surely there's someone out there that can come in and command a situation and just drive us to at least, like, I don't know, 6th, 7th. At least get a manager. I just don't know. Like, this is what I'm waiting. I'm hoping Graham Potter shows me some indication to really back him. I'm hoping Graham Potter can get a victory. And if he doesn't get a victory against Palace, I don't know. I don't know who we can get. I'm not sure. I'm not going to throw fancy names out there. Get Zidane, get Luis Enrique, get this, this, that, the other. I don't know. But all I'm saying, surely there has to be another top manager that can come in at Chelsea Football Club and actually command respect on this group, get a hold of everything, and at least drive us forward. And then let's start backing that manager, rebuild, get rid of the players. Unless all of us are actually thinking that Graham Potter's the guy. Unless all of us are actually thinking that, you know what, Graham Potter's the guy. As long as we don't get relegated, we help him out in the summer. Is that what we're thinking? Himanshu, thank you so much for the super chat. Miz, you said there are 3 types of players who don't want to play, who don't have the ability to play, and some both, and you can name exact players in each category. Miz, you said there are 3 types of players who don't want to play. who don't have the ability to play, and some both. Can you name exactly players in each category? Wow. Okay. All right. Let's do this. I think this is going to be quite interesting, right? This is going to be quite interesting. This is a very nice super chat. Thank you so much. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, over 245 people live right now. Smash the like button. Let's get those likes up to 100. Only another 32 likes away from 100, and we've got well over 257 people. Okay, first of all, who don't want to play for Chelsea Football Club? I honestly think Kovacic. This is my opinion. This is my opinion, right? This is my opinion. You don't need to insult me. You don't need to bash me. You can disagree, but sensibly disagree, right? I think Kovacic doesn't want to play for Chelsea Football Club anymore. It's clear. Look at the way he's fought for Croatia, and then he comes and the kind of performances that he's having for Chelsea Football Club. I'm very certain. I don't know why I get this inkling. Obviously, there's been some reports and there's been some articles. I get this inkling Kovacic has been hurt by the fact that Thomas Tuchel has left. Kovacic does not want to play for Chelsea Football Club anymore. I get the feeling, right? And I think the performance say this, and I think his performances for Croatia. And just before Croatia, he seems to be always injured, but then he played every game for Croatia. And now he comes at Chelsea Football Club just dropping disaster classes after disaster classes. Kovacic is actually very poor right now for Chelsea Football Club. Mendy, I don't think Mendy wants to play for Chelsea Football Club anymore. Mendy loved Thomas Tuchel. Mendy lost his number one position as soon as Graham Potter has walked in. Mendy wants a big contract and he's not getting it. Right? Ziyech as well. Ziyech probably doesn't want to play for Chelsea Football Club anymore. But he's in a bit of a limbo. I don't know if there's any clubs out there wanting him either. So definitely Ziyech. Aubameyang. I think Aubameyang doesn't want to play for Chelsea Football Club anymore. I don't think Aubameyang wants to play for Chelsea Football Club anymore. I think these are the ones that don't want to play for the club. Who don't have the ability to play. Oh, wow. Ability. This is a big one. This one, you guys are probably going to start insulting me. You're going to very start insulting me. Who don't have the ability? Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz don't have the ability. It's sad to say. Kai Havertz don't have the ability. Jorginho doesn't have the ability. Azpilicueta doesn't have the ability. Koulibaly, I'm getting shaky. I'm getting very shaky about. Maybe Koulibaly falls into the other category. Maybe Koulibaly falls into who doesn't have the ability and probably doesn't want to play for Chelsea Football Club. I know it's shocking. Early days, he just got transferred, but maybe he's in that category. Mason Mount is probably a bench player, man. Mason Mount is probably a bench player. That's my feeling. Right now, what I'm seeing, Mason Mount for the past 12 months, I think he's a bench player for Chelsea Football Club. I really don't think he's a starting quality for Chelsea Football Club, if I'm being absolutely honest. So from an ability standpoint. Conor Gallagher is not, he does not have the ability for Chelsea Football Club. Conor Gallagher does not have the ability for Chelsea Football Club. It's mad. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Ruben Loftus-Cheek doesn't have the ability to play for Chelsea Football Club. That's probably it. And in terms of players that don't have the ability nor the desire to play for Chelsea Football Club, that's probably Koulibaly at the moment that I'm thinking. And that's sad to say. But yeah, these are some of my feelings. Top Dog Greek, thanks so much for the super chat, my man. Ms. Real talk. Us Chelsea fans are such spoiled brats. We're in really bad spot now, but it isn't like there's zero context. Give Potter time for F's sake. Okay, let's give him time, man. Tell me one thing though, Top Dog Greek. Tell me one thing. How are you going to feel if we lose against Palace and then moving into Liverpool? Just let me know that. Let me know. How far are you willing to dip? Are you okay if we're 13, 14, 15, 16? Are you okay? Just let me know. Let me know. If you don't see any improvements, let me know how you, if you're willing to, you know, include your context. We know Potter is not good enough. We are not stupid, but wanting him out will do nothing for us. Means I don't watch us anymore, as it affects me a lot. I just pray we don't get relegated. That's all. That's what it's come down to. Don't get relegated. The options aren't great. Poch is a loser. Luis Enrique is crazy, and Zidane would get exposed tactically in the Premier League. And even if we get a new manager, what can we achieve now anyway? Okay, well, all right. It looks like the poll was right. Looks like majority of the fan base does want to back Potter. Looks like majority of the fan base does want to back Potter. Okay, that's good to see. Good to see the unity. Good to see the unity in the fan base wanting to back a manager when we've had so many other managers that we probably should have backed. But anyway, good to see that people are backing Potter regardless. Regardless. We could lose against Palace. We could lose against Liverpool. But this fan base, they're backing him. He's the man. Okay. Okay, this is good. Chooks, Miz, would you be happy to come on the show to explain why I'm Potter in, regardless of what happens in the next couple of seasons? Miz, would you be happy to come on the show to explain why I am Potter? Yeah, look, Chooks, time is of the essence for me, man. Like, I got a full-time work. I run my channel like two contents per day. And then there's Matisse's channel. Like, it's very difficult to collab with others. Happy for you to comment and we can discuss in comments. But to find time, it's very difficult for me. I barely do any collabs anymore because I don't have the time, man. There's a family to run. There's work as well. There's, as I said, and then there's Matisse's channel once a week that I do that. Mount cares more about getting a pay rise. Definitely Mount. Lots of people saying Mount. 100% Potter in. Good to see. Let me know how you feel once the Palace game is played. Once Potter around 80% from squad don't want to play under Potter. I disagree, Top Dog. We are asking for bare minimum. We've lost 7 out of 10 games and we are on relegation form. I test. It seems like it doesn't bother people. It really seems like 7 out of 10 losses don't bother people. They keep telling you about apply context. People are injured. They tend to forget that these injured players are not coming back anytime soon. We're going to have to face Palace, Liverpool, and potentially Tottenham, still with most of these injured players. So what then? Just pack up shop and let's just close the store. Let's close the store. We still have enough good players, in my opinion, that Potter needs to command. And this is the thing. Does Potter have the ability to command? Or does another different manager needs to come in and command? But a lot of you guys think Potter has the ability. Potter has the ability to command respect. So let's see. In my opinion, that shambolic performance that I saw against Fulham, it made me think he's got no control. It made me think Potter has absolutely zero control. Miss Kai is playing out of his position. He is not bad. Not this conversation again. Kai is playing out of his position. I know Kai is playing out of his position, but who's playing him out of his position and why? Who's playing him out of his position? Do you know what I mean? Team B, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. I think the biggest issue is injuries, and it's making the other issues look a lot worse than they are. Well, we'll be okay, Miz. We'll look much better soon. Okay, well, what's the expectation? Can someone tell me what the expectation is so that I can actually sort of reason with that? What's people's expectation this season? Just don't get relegated? Is that the expectation? I just need to know, because that's a very feeble expectation. That's a very low expectation. Please tell me, what is your expectation for this season, for the remainder of the season? Himanshu, thank you so much for the super chat. What about Pulley, Kante, Miz? Which category for them? Pulley will go with the doesn't have the ability. Kante, he doesn't. I guess Kante doesn't fall in any of those categories. Kante wants to play for Chelsea Football Club. He does. Kante wants to play for Chelsea Football Club. I guess there's another category, right? Players that want to play for Chelsea Football Club. I think Kante wants to play for Chelsea Football Club. He wants to come on your show, Miz. Oh, he wants to come on my show. Look, yeah. I only do collabs with people that I know for a while. Like, I don't just bring anyone in. I'm sorry. I used to a long time ago, and it didn't go down well. There were a couple of idiots that would come on and they would ruin the show. So I only talk to people that I know I've talked to. Some of you guys, I've reached out to, like for example, Sai Krishna. He's at times you'll see him in the watch-alongs. I've even reached out to Himanshu in recent times to come and join the channel in watch-alongs. Maybe some of you guys I'll reach out to down the track. But the brother that commented, I don't know who he is. Like, I'm not gonna just bring in anyone in it, everyone into the channel. Like, I'm happy to bring in the people that I communicate with on a regular basis so that I understand their personality. Like, I test DM as well, someone I've seen for a long time. CFC Balak I've seen for a long time. And many more, obviously. Like, I can see some of these names, Matt Chills, G11W, these people, like, I've seen for a long time. Valan I've seen for a very, very long time. Like, I'd be okay to bring you guys in down the track, if I ever have that. But I'm not going to just bring in anyone randomly from the live chat to come and have a show with me, because like I've had sort of bad history on that. Balan, thank you so much for the super chat. If Potts wasn't English, would he be back? I'll tell you right now, there's such a good point, Valan. Such a good point. If Potter was, let's just say if Potter was Sari, let's just say for argument's sake, if Potter was Sari right now, sacked. And Matt Law would be having different style of conversations. His articles would be, how can Chelsea persevere with this type of... This is such a good point, Valan, man. Yeah, honestly. But people will not appreciate this point. People will not appreciate this point. But this is such a good point. Such a good point. If Graham Potter was in English, if he was Sari, if he was Jose, if he was anyone else, he's not getting backed. The English media is after him. The conversations would be totally different. It would be. You just know it would be. 40 points, that's the expectation. Expectation is to avoid relegation. Okay, all right, then in that case, I will readjust my expectation with you guys. Fine, I will readjust. Looks like that's the expectation. 40 points. It looks like Matisse has got to everyone. Matisse has set the expectation. 40 points. 40 points is all we expect. Okay, no problems. That's all we expect this season. Let's get 40 points, Graham Potter. Get us to 40 points, Graham Potter. Just, avoid relegation. This is where we are. No problems. Miz, is it okay if I DM with huge message talking about my opinion, which is similar to yours? Of course, man. Of course, brother. Of course. That's absolutely fine. Well, that's that. It comes to, unfortunately, no relegation and out underperforming players. Okay, European football. You're asking for European football. Do you really think we're going to achieve that? Avoid relegation. Individual mistakes happen under Tuchel. Happen under Lampard as well. 8th or 9th with improvement each game. That's decent, to be honest. 8th or 9th. 8th probably. Honestly, my expectation would probably be 6th or 7th. If we can come 6th or 7th with improvements each game, that's probably my expectation. Tim B, my expectation is top 6 or 7, and this is mine as well. Most importantly, showing improvement and progression under Potter. That's as well mine. If we can't do that by the season's end, then I think he should go. Okay, fair call. I think that's fair. I think that is fair, Tim B. That is absolutely fair. Let's see what else you guys are saying. We're going to wrap things up very, very soon. Dennis's aim is, how are you today? Doing all right, my man. Hope you guys are all doing fine. And Dennis as well, hope you're doing all right. Nah, he'd be hounded out by Athletic. Absolutely, he'd be hounded out by Athletic. Matt Law would have written an article to sack him. Exactly. See, you guys know, if we didn't have an English manager, the English media would have been that manager out. But how you can sack Potter? Okay, well, it'll be interesting against Palace. I hope we win, man, because I don't want to be Potter out. I want to believe in Potter. Hopefully, he gets a victory so that I see something, so that I can cling on to something. Matt Law have his foot down Sari's throat. Exactly. Adved, good to see you, man. Big up, Miz. Hoping for a good result for you guys versus Palace, but lot needs to change. 100% agreed. 100%. Okay, let's take final few more messages before we clean things up. Zaki, the media fans and board are different entities, Miz. Absolutely agreed. Matt Law is paid by Bowley. Would not be surprised. Will not be surprised if he is, because he's changed the fan base's perspective. He really has. 40 points and clear out the Snakes. Okay. That's the expectation. That is the expectation. Wow. Sixth with a new manager. Some final comments. T1, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm fine finishing 8th, 10th. It's a rebuild. Okay. Fair enough. Orix, thank you so much for the super chat. Does FFP still apply if we don't play in Europe games next season? It does apply. It does apply. Unfortunately, it does apply. Per hand envelopes. Last but not least, not only the media, the self-proclaimed proper Chelsea and all rivals channels are backing Potter. Nah, you're right, man. You're right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'll take Tony. Tony Chelsea. He's a good guy. Miz, I want to ask this fans, what if Chelsea lost next 3 games? Still, people support Potter, going believe him on him. Yeah, they will. They will. I think this is what I've understood today. I've actually learned a big lesson today, and the lesson is the fan base will back Potter regardless. So we could lose against Palace, we could lose against Liverpool, we could lose against Spurs. I think the notion of what majority of the fans are saying is they will stick with Graham Potter as long as we get 40 points. It doesn't matter. That only means 5 more victories. As long as we just get those victories, it don't matter how many losses we had. Just avoid relegation. So that's the lesson I took out today. Alex CFC, Miz has had enough of us. Nah, man, I have. It's a good conversation. It's a reality check for me. It's a good check for me to understand where majority of the fan base is. I just thought that for me, I've seen too many losses, man. Way too many losses. 1 out of 10 wins. Wow. So for me, that's crazy. That's crazy. Last but not least, top Drogig, thank you so much for the super chat. I think we can only truly judge Potter after a full season when he's had enough time to instill his philosophy and make his signings. Write this season off and go again next season. Okay, cool. So write this season off and we'll go next season. All right, no problems. Philosophy takes time, man. Philosophy don't come easy. Philosophy takes time. And to get rid of all of these players and bring his players, that will also take time. So all right, no problems. Take care, everyone. Smash the like button before you go. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. It's good. It's good to have healthy conversations like this, man. It's good to see where people are standing on this particular matter. Take care. See ya.